Announcement. Save the date. You're formally invited to CROKEYZ launch event for Crimson Vow. We're gonna try and get like a lot of players into it. So it's up to 1,024 players. If you want to play, you don't need to have a massive time commitment because it's just single elimination. Oh, lads. So Lifegain. Alright, I have no idea if Lifegain is good. Let's find out. What are the banger Lifegain cards? Like absolute bangers, you know? For Voice of the Blessed. Okay. That's about it. That is my knowledge of the Lifegain archetype. So to be honest, chat, you're gonna have to do the other 56 cards. I mean, the first question is, do you have the required number of 1 mana cards? So Cleric class is Scuffed. This thing's Scuffed. I mean, the Veteran is good, right? 4 Lunarch Veteran. Traveling Minister. 1 mana 1/1. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn and you gain 1 life. I mean, it is actually a jacked Soulmender, but a jacked Soulmender could still be bad. I mean, but guys, it is the only available 1-drop, so you just have to play it, right? But you literally have to play it. So it doesn't really matter if it's good or bad. You play it and you get to find out. Or Traveling Minister. Can target itself, yeah. 2/1 blocker. No, it can't target itself though. Because it's activate only as a sorcery. But it can target itself, but you will not be able to block with it. Because you'll have to tap it pre-combat. It's a 1/1 blocker. Okay, so is it possible to play mono white? Because if you play mono white, you can play that angel shit, right? And you get a combo finisher. As long as you're able to gain 3 life a turn, is that possible? It looks pretty easy to gain 2 life a turn with this deck, but can you gain 3? Look at my list, Madge. Where's your list, man? Yeah, but you're playing best of 1, man. You get to play this Hallowed Priest, right? That's not fair. You can't play that in best of 3, bruv. Illegal card. I mean, you can play mono white, right? And then that gives you this combo finisher, yeah. So, like, why would you play green? That's a placeholder for a new guy. Alright, okay. Valkyrie, Adversary. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, man. This deck, like, you don't get any angels, right? With this deck. You're actually not gaining 3 life a turn, you're gaining like 2. Which is fine for the triggers on your guys. But you really want to gain 3 a turn. So that you can play the Book of Exalted Deeds, and then you're playing mono white Jund Citadel, right? You're playing like creatures that can win the game with this combo finisher to fall back on. Then you're playing a good deck, but only if you actually get to make angels with this thing once you cast it. 3/1 lifelink does make an angel, true, but that's it, right? You'd rather splash green? Well, I don't think splashing green is good, man. I really don't. Splashing green does not add anything to the deck. It takes away from the deck, right? You lose your combo finisher, and you just get to play with more copies of cards that you've already got. You make your mana worse, you lose Haven, like the green sucks. Adds an extra 4 Lunarchs and 4 Pridemates. Yeah, but you're just getting more copies of the same card. You're just attacking the opponent in the same way. In more different ways, and that's bad, right? That's the opposite of what you want to do. Lifegain does not need more 15/15s without trample. Lifegain needs ways to win when your 15/15 trample can't get through. Which is what this is, right? If you don't draw your Lifegain payoff, this deck just sucks. Well, like I would play 4 of the book, honestly. So you would have 4 of the 2-drop guy, 4 books, and 4 Valkyries, right? So you've got 12 payoffs for gaining life. Which, I mean, that has to be enough. I don't know, guys. I don't like Lifegain without Heliod or the book. Because you're just actually playing dies to board clear tribal, right? It's shit. But to be honest, just looking at this, it looks like scuffed, right? To me. I don't think it'll be good enough. The book is really good. Of course the book is really good, man. The book like covers the main whole of the deck, which is that it's weak to sweepers. The book is insanely good. Cleric class works with a similar effect to the God card. Yeah, but it's so slow, man. It's so slow, but maybe Cleric class, maybe you have to play Cleric class, because that is the type of card that will help you get from gaining 2 life a turn to gaining 3, right? Because that is what I'm worried about this. I'm worried that we play the book to give us this combo finisher, but we don't get any angels on the way to doing our combo. You need to get the angels too, right? You need to play the combo finisher so that you're not just playing a dies to board clear tribal. But you also need to get the full value out of the card, so maybe Cleric class is enough to push it over. Cleric class is a 10 mana Heliod. Not 10 mana, is it? Like, you only need to get to level 2 to have a Heliod. Level 3 is bring a creature back, right? Like, Cleric class is not a great card, but if Cleric class helps you go from gaining 2 a turn to 3, then it is like amazing in the deck, right? At least unbelievably good. It is what it is. It is what it is, yeah. You need to gain 3 a life, 3 a turn, and if that means playing Cleric class, then so be it. Like, I think you definitely play at least 3, maybe 4 of that book. Like, why not 4? Why not 4? It doesn't, if you draw 2 copies, it doesn't matter, does it? You don't like Intrepid Adversary? I mean, that has to be good. With 4 books in your deck? For Traveling Minister, for Lunarch Veteran. Valkyrie. Forgot what it's called, guys. There are better ways than Cleric class? Like what, man? You tell me a better way than Cleric class to go from gaining 2 to 3, and I'll happily play it. I don't think there is one, though. If you would gain life, you gain that much plus 1, right? It's making all of these things gain 2. Instead of needing 3 triggers to get an angel, you only need 2 triggers. When you've got some spare mana, you've got a Heliod. You have to make angels with this card, guys. You have to make angels. So you have to gain 3 life a turn. Anything that can help you do that is good. Traveling Minister looks scuffed. It's not amazing, but it's a 1-drop, right? You just... So you play it. How do you remove stuff? Takedown I don't think would be good. Apparition... Meh. Apparition's a lot of mana. You probably just play Hole and Casket, right? Yeah, you would play Haven in this deck, yeah. You play Haven. You're basically playing mono white Lifegain with a combo finisher, man. Like, my example is always Jund Citadel. You're playing just a creature deck that can win, and it can win in multiple ways, which is what you want to be able to do, right? That's why I think doing a book version is way better than doing a green-white, like, just make a lot of 8/8 creatures version, because that type of deck is just shit, man. It loses, like, it means that your opponent's cards, it's so easy for your opponent to play against you. Their removal spells that they're using to deal with your threats hit every spell in your deck. There's not many cards, there are some, but there's not many cards that can kill a Righteous Valkyrie and a Book of Exalted Deeds. But there's a lot of cards that can kill a Voice of the Blessed and a Trail of Sarah. But you need to diversify your deck, man. That's what mono green does, right? That's why mono green is so good. It has some good creatures, it has chariots, it has ranger classes, it sometimes has planeswalkers, it sometimes has that enchantment that buffs its guy. That's how you win games, man. That's why the adventure decks were so good. They had the adventure decks, sometimes some versions had Scald, some versions had Henge, you know?
CROKEYZ already, CROKEYZ 3, CROKEYZ months.
There was no adventure deck that was
fun.
just 4 eddies and 40 adventure cards. You have to... The good decks, especially the good creature decks, are not only playing creatures and like growing them and attacking their shit. This is like a decent base to go off of, and this combo finisher is like so insanely strong that it's like, I can't believe anyone would not want to play it. You need to diversify your bonds. Indeed, man, indeed. Skyclave Cleric into the battlefield gains 2 and is a land. Yeah, I mean, Cleric is decent. It's also a 2-drop that you can just play on 2, right? But I think the deck would be pretty much this, right? This plus whatever removal is good. So you could have Hole, you could have Glass Casket, you could have Cathar, you could have Apparition. I don't care, it doesn't matter, just whatever ones are good in the meta. And then some Snow Plains, some Faceless Havens, and maybe the Cleric land. And honestly, that's pretty much the deck. Ecuador! Ecuador!